Hello, and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today you join me back in Forza Horizon 3, and if you're watching this video right when it goes up, it will be a little bit later at night, but don't worry, that's only because, actually, I decided to change up the schedule a little bit later today. There will be a video, actually, if you're watching this video right when it goes live, there will be a video also a little bit later tonight, again, on Monday night. Like I said, just trying to something a little bit different with the schedule, but you guys can rest assured that I will be back to my normal 4 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern Time schedule starting tomorrow. Now, our mission for this episode is to make this 911 GT2 with an RWB widebody kit a usable drift car. Now, what I mean by usable drift car is, well, first of all, what I mean by usable drift car is slightly shorter gearing. But no, what I mean by usable drift car is the ability to use it to transition between slides, recover it from angle, and easily, like I said, easily use it for drift car purposes. Now, the only weird factor with that is the fact that we have an engine in the back, and that's obviously going to make it just a little bit trickier to use. So, a little bit trickier to use, and also a little bit trickier to recover it from big angle, because this car doesn't really have the same amount of steering angle that you might see on some of the other cars in not really some of the other cars in this category. That's not what I'm trying to say. More what I'm trying to say is doesn't really have the kind of steering angle that you might be looking for out of a dedicated drift car. But at the same time, we're going to see if we can kind of remedy that a little bit and see where it takes us. And we're going to go ahead and give it a little bit more front brake bias, bump it up to 110%. And let's see, for drift purposes, and this is right now a full-on drift car, we're going to put this to 190, 100 acceleration, 95 decel. So let's go ahead now, and I'm actually going to change the color of the car. Just because it's like, I know it's not really related to the drifting itself, but ooh, I want to get a little bit of a different color up on this car. That yellow really pops. I don't think it works with our wheels, though. Dude, that gray is kind of cool. Oh, man. There's a lot of... Oh, my God. There's a lot of sweet colors in here, though. That full carbon is crazy. I'm going with the full carbon for now, because I know it's a really, really crazy look. And it's easy to take a car, like any car that looks good already, will generally look even better full carbon. So I'm going to go ahead and take this setup out as it is. We're going to slide it around a little bit, and then we're going to go back to the tune, see if we can fine-tune it and tweak it a little bit, and see if we can make it just perform a little bit better than my initial impressions. Now, I didn't upgrade the power or anything. I mean, the power has already been upgraded in this car. This car's got race turbos and an exhaust, I believe. It's making around mid-600s, so it should be plenty to get sideways with. I'm just going to see how the setup feels.
Would you like me to set a route to the next race event for you?
It definitely has no problem with the short gearing, has no problem getting into boost, and then staying there. Let me, real quick, let me dial back. First thing... Let me dial back the camber in the rear to 1 degree, -1 degree. Okay, well, horrible line, but in a minute, let's see if we can... Now, with the wide stance, it really does want to grip up quick. And that's just kind of one of those things that when you're drifting a wide-body car, you have to either add a ton more power or use your gearing advantage or whatever it is that you want. I decided to not play around with the power just yet because I wanted a little bit more of a challenge, but a little transition right here. Oh, wow. Okay, normally they're not able to recover from that much angle, but I kind of over-recovered, but still, I'm surprised it was able to recover from an angle like that. Little e-brake around this section right here. Power out of it. It's still not, it's definitely nowhere near as happy to hold angle as anything that's, you know, like a traditional front engine rear drive setup. Real quick, I'm going to try and see if I can really find the angle of limit before it spins out. Like, what's its absolute max before it spins? I thought we were actually going to find it right there. And we didn't so far. That's, well, tell you what, that's close. to its max angle of what it would get before it spins. But honestly, if we had had more speed, it probably would have held a little bit of a 90 there. Okay, so basically, the gist I'm getting with this car is the fact that you can hold pretty big angles, but you have to be, like, kicking the hell out of the clutch to get it to, ooh, and you gotta pick it because once you get to a certain angle, it will not come back. If you're good at picking your angle beforehand, you're fine, but if you like to be able to adjust it mid-drift, no, don't even breathe on this car. This is not the car for you if you like to adjust your angle mid-drift. Come on, there you go. The only way to adjust this car mid-drift is with the e-brake. Like, with the weight in the back, there's no other way. No other way to adjust it mid-drift. Took that thing out. A little back and forth action, come on. Ooh, that was close. Oh my god, hello, Ute. Side-to-side transitions are, ooh, see what I mean? When it goes to a certain degree of angle, it does not like to come back. And I think that's just a characteristic that you're going to deal with the rear engine setup. The rear engine layout is always going to be slightly more iffy for big angle slides. And that's just one of those times when it shows its face, really. Like, that's when it's going to show its face, and you got to be ready for it to show its face. So, it's definitely not a car I would use right off the bat if you're just getting into drifting. This is more along the lines of, if you have been drifting for a while and you want a challenge... Oh, God. Hello. Hello. Yeah, if you've been drifting for a while and you want a challenge, this is something to go with, honestly. This is something to go with, but it's definitely not a starter car by any stretch of the imagination. All right, let's try this again. Nope. See, if it goes past that point, it's just like you're done. And I mean, every car has its breakaway angle, but this is just so much. It's like it's so much earlier than the breakaway angle on everything else. And the weird part about it too is how it straightens out so quickly compared to a front engine setup. And obviously that makes sense as to why it would do that, but again, you're not used to it straightening out quite that quickly most of the time. Definitely not, definitely not the thing if you're looking for an angle car. I think, oh god, that was a horrible, not only was it a horrible run, but I just kind of plowed through everybody. Now, again, anyway, like I said, not an angle car.
You have arrived at your destination.
More along the lines of, this is a challenge car. This is a, I'm bored with all of my other drift cars and I want something crazy type car. Or if you want something that just looks insane and you want something different to slide around in, then by all means give it a shot. Is it a beginner car? Absolutely not. And yeah, as you see, if you take it to a certain angle, it's not coming back. And that's just the combination of its steering angle capabilities, or I guess I could say lack thereof, and its rear engine layout with all that weight out over the back with, might I add, those super meaty rear tires. So, and if you drop it out of boost, it is done. It is really, this car falls on its face if you drop it out of high. Oh my god. Drop it out of high? It's not like I'm playing spin tires. But no, if you drop it out of boost, this car falls on its freaking face. So, I definitely would say the biggest trick is to really keep it up, not only up in the revs, but stay in that throttle to keep it in boost. If you can really, oh god, yep, wow, he actually yielded to me. That's rare. Oh, not enough time to go down that street. But anyways, yeah, the drifting aspects of a, you know what? Give me a second here before I finish this off. Got something I want to try. I'm going to max the negative camber out in the front and almost reduce it all the way in the back. And I'm going to tow the front out a ton. Go super extreme on this setup. And see if that helps me with transitions at all. And saving angle. Definitely makes it a little twitchier, which is, I mean, to be expected with that much toe out, but... it improved it. It's easier to recover it now. It's still got that weird, weird angle where it kind of just stops and it breaks away and it's like, nope, I'm done. But that angle, I think, has been actually just lessened just a little bit, so you have more room to play with when you max the front camber out and give it a degree of toe out. So, and that's where you see that angle where it's just like, nope, I'm done. But, yeah, definitely an interesting study in how a rear engine weight bias affects a drift car. Definitely not the most beginner-friendly drift car, but if you want something that's a fun challenge, feel free to copy this setup, and let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this video. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, subscribe for more. We'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.